So for today's video in particular, we're going to be making a pumpkin pie flavored ice cream. It's simple, it's easy, doesn't cost a lot, and the best part about it is minimal ingredients, if anything like that. We also are going to be including, for a little bit of a more fall flavor taste, we're going to be including what's called the caramel apple muffin. Delicious. If you have a BJ membership, this is where you will get it. It's exclusive only for during the duration of the fall season. So definitely recommend go and get it. If you do have a BJ membership, it's delicious. It comes with about 6 muffins. You only need 1 muffin for this recipe. Okay, so this is what it should look like. It should look very similar to the consistency of regular ice cream. Okay, so we are going to give this a quick taste test to see how it tastes. We got some whipped cream in it, some of the muffin, and we also got the pumpkin pie flavored ice cream. Let's see how it tastes. Actually, it tastes really
yummy. Good. Chris, I really think you should open up your own ice cream parlor. It's delicious.
Thank you.
It is
Thank
delicious.
you. Go home, make the really good ice cream. If you have any ice cream suggestions or any flavors you want me to do next, let me know in the comment section below. I will make it. If it's doable, we can even do a series with ice cream. Alright guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. But it is really good, and you need a muffin per each pint of ice cream. So today we're going to be using our Cuisine Art ice cream maker. It's easy, it's simple, it's versatile. I love it. I actually got myself a couple freezing bowls. So when you do have these freezing bowls, one of the key things that they don't tell you is you need to freeze it at 0 degrees temperature. To make sure that your freezer, wherever you keep your freezing bowl, is at the optimal temperature of 0 degrees Fahrenheit. That also includes for setting your ice cream, because in order for your ice cream to set properly, you cannot have it set at 32 degrees. You need to have it set at 0 degrees. That is when I see the best results when it comes to ice cream. So today we're going to make our pumpkin pie caramel apple ice cream. It's good, it's fall flavor, it's perfect for the season. And let's get on with this. We have a lot to get through today, so let me tell you what you're going to need. You're going to first need a 1 cup measurement. You're also going to need a 1/2 cup measurement. Now the thing is, you do not need sugar to this recipe, because everything that we're including into the recipe itself already has sugar incorporated, so there's no reason to add more to it. Just use what it already comes with unless you feel like it needs to suffice. You are also going to need a spatula. Make sure it's clean. And then you're also going to need a couple testing spoons. The reason for this is you always want to test the ice cream out and the flavor to make sure it's up to your taste, because if you taste it in the ice cream as you're mixing it, if it tastes exactly as you want it to be, then that is how it's going to taste when it's frozen or when it becomes cream. You're also going to want a pure pumpkin pie spice extract. Let me see if I can get this closer to the screen. Pumpkin pie extract. This thing's not working. This is what you're going to need. This is going to be your best friend. This is going to be my first time actually working with this specific extract, so I'm going to try to play around with seeing how much extract is really needed in order to incorporate a pumpkin pie flavored ice cream, a fall special. We're also going to be using a pure vanilla extract. You can get this at your local BJ's. So if you guys do have a BJ membership, highly recommend it. Even if you have a Costco membership, I would not have any doubt whether or not they would have this or not. Now, because I don't have my 1/2 and 1/2 and my heavy whipping cream out, you are definitely going to need heavy whipping cream and your 1/2 and 1/2. If you are on a budget, you can easily get these items for very cheap at your local Aldi's. Very recommended. This is the brand that I use. I use Wesley Farm heavy whipping cream. You can get this at your local Aldi's. They might have changed the brand, so I'm not exactly sure, but specifically 1 quart is enough to make about 5 pints of ice cream. Very good. It can stretch a very long time. And then we also have as well as Land O'Lakes and 1/2 and 1/2. Again, this use is kind of affordable for your family. If you have a large amount of people, just keep that into account as well. Alright, so now we're going to start making our ice cream, kind of get everything incorporated, and let's go from there. Alright, so the first thing that we are going to need is our 1/2 cup, and we are going to use 1/2 and 1/2. You're gonna pour it directly into this measuring cup. Just like this. And you're going to just dump it. Simple, easy, very effective. The reason why I prefer half and half and heavy whipping cream because I'm lactose intolerant. So if I'm gonna spend the time making ice cream, I want to make sure that it actually tastes good. Because I don't want to have to use whole milk, because whole milk is great and all. It's versatile. People use whole milk because it's readily available, cheap, and you get it in large quantities. But it's not as creamy and as rich as just say half and half and heavy whipping cream. Okay, so now that this is incorporated, we are now going to incorporate our extract. So we're going to use our vanilla. Just again, that's the reason why we have the spoon, because the spoon is going to tell us whether or not we need to add more or just everything is just right. Now keep in mind as well that this is just the half and half. And so when you put in the heavy whipping cream, it is going to be a little diluted. Okay, so now that we have our incorporated vanilla extract and half, we are now just going to go like this for a moment. Now, one of the things that I found is when you're mixing ice cream, you want to keep whipping. It's very important for you to keep whipping and whipping, no matter how much stuff you're putting in it. The reason is that the more you whip, the more fluffy and lighted the ice cream becomes. Alright, so now that we just finished whipping, we are now going to use our pumpkin spice extract. That's what we're going to put in next. Let me back this up a bit. You can find this extract online, but it's actually, believe it or not, cheaper if you go to Stop and Shop. A little bit I heard based on the reviews online, a little bit goes a long way. I've never seen anybody use this for ice cream, so this will be your first time for everything, right? Oh, it smells amazing. Smells amazing. It smells just like the fall. So now what you're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit and I'm gonna squeeze it right in. We don't know exactly how much we're gonna need because I don't know how powerful and potent this stuff is. We're gonna take a couple drops. Let's kind of eyeball this thing. And now the next thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna sit here and just smell it. If it smells like pumpkin pie, it probably will taste like pumpkin pie, but we're gonna have that in a minute. Alright, so now that we incorporated both the vanilla extract and the pumpkin pie extract, the next thing that we are gonna do is we are gonna take our 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and we are going to pour it into this measuring cup. Alright, and make sure you fill it up to the top. Just like that. That's as much as you need. Ooh, that's clumpy. That's not right. Well, I guess my advice to you guys is shake your heavy whipping cream before you pour it in. Shake it. Okay, so now that we have our heavy whipping cream, even though we face some sort of obstacle with the clumping, that's absolutely fine. You can always fix this with whatever this thing called a mixer. No idea. Alright, so what you're gonna do is, because I have a little extra whipping cream, because I don't exactly have the full amount, it's a little bit underneath the amount that I need. So I'm going to add a little bit more of heavy whipping cream, and then we should be good. So we're just going to add a little bit more. Do it over the mixing bowl, because that's important, because if you spill it, it goes into the bowl. It's not gonna be a waste. What you're gonna do is you're gonna slowly pour the mixing, just like this, and you're going to stir. Very slowly, you're gonna pour the heavy whipping cream into the ice cream mixture. The reason for this is because you want it to combine, but you don't want it to become very clumpy. You want it to become very well mixed in with the half and half. It's very important for making that creamy texture properly when you're making ice cream at home. Now, accidents, like I said, do happen and it can occur. But as I mix in, the clumps, as I'm seeing right now, are getting actually disintegrated into the mixture itself. And you want to make sure, because there are a little bit more clumps than it's supposed to be, you are going to keep stirring for a little bit longer than you normally do. And the reason for this is because the more you stir, the less clumpy your ice cream is going to be. And that's exactly what you want. You want it to be less clumpy, not more clumpy. I'm going to show you and switch the screen right now so you can kind of see what the mixture should look like. And always give it a nice smell. Does it smell good? If it doesn't, kind of smells like, milk, then you need to add more of that extract. Always, after using both the half and half and the heavy whipping cream, make sure you pop this back into the fridge as soon as you can, because the longer you let it sit, the more it clumps up. Okay, so now that we got our ice cream mixture all put together, we got both the heavy whipping cream, we got the half and half, we got the pumpkin pie extract, and the vanilla extract. Now what we're going to do, we're going to keep mixing very aggressively, and then it's time for a taste test. Alright, so this is where your handy dandy spoon comes into play. We are going to give it a taste test. Does it taste good? Or do we need to add more? Give yourself a nice spoonful. It tastes just like milk. We gotta add more extract. I don't taste a lot of vanilla, so we're going to add more vanilla into this mixture. I'm gonna show you how much we need because, like I said before, it dilutes it a bit when you add the heavy whipping cream, so you're always gonna need to add more. That looks like a good amount. A nice splash of vanilla extract. And then we are going to add a lot more of pumpkin spice extract. This thing's pretty strong, but it tastes very watered down, so that just might mean that we might need to add a little bit more. Now, one thing I've found with the extract, and based off of history with other extract, I found that when you add sugar into the ice cream, it actually brings down and enhances the flavor of the extract itself. So keep that in mind. When you're adding sugar into your ice cream, it is going to enhance the flavor. But because it's ice cream, you don't want to add too much sugar because sugar can actually act as a negative counterpart to your ice cream. So I think this is gonna give me a go. Let me see if I can give it a taste test. If it still tastes like kind of like a butter and milk type situation, then we need to add more. It's there, but it's not there. That's the thing. Okay? Because remember, it had no sugar in it, so it's just going to taste like water and kind of flat a bit. A little bit more of vanilla, and we are going to mix. Remember, it's all about an experiment. Your job and goal is to keep trying until you perfect it. So right now, we're getting ready for the fall season. So we are going to be making pumpkin pie spice ice cream with caramel apple crumbs on top and mix into it. So think about like a strawberry shortcake with, you know how they have that little sponge cake in between the ice cream? That's what it's going to be like. Okay, as you mix it, it's very potent, which tells me that it's very strong. It tells me it's there, it's in the forefront. Let's give it one more taste test. Let's hope this is the third time the charm. Oh wow, that's potent. Okay, so one thing I found about this extract is very bitter. So we're actually going to add sugar into the component. Okay, so because there is a little bit of an incident here, and I didn't realize that actually the extract itself didn't have a sugar in it by itself. Even though the muffin itself is going to have sugar, we want to have and bring out the flavor of the pumpkin pie, so we're actually going to add a little bit of sugar. So what you're going to do is going to grab yourself 1/4 cup measuring spoon, and you're going to grab yourself organic cane sugar. Use whatever kind of sugar you want. This is the type of sugar that I'm using that I'm going to add and combine it with the ice cream itself. Sometimes I give it a taste test to try to see if I need to add more sugar. After 1/4, maybe I need to give it another half a scoop of sugar to be able to get the right amount of flavor profile that we're looking for. So now what you're going to do is you're going to kind of keep it very similar to how we were doing the mixed cream before. And as you're mixing, you're going to slowly add it into the mixture itself. So let it kind of fall slowly. Mix it, going counterclockwise, whatever way you want to do it. I recommend doing both. Going both forward and backwards. It really helps combine the sugar into the ice cream. The goal is to have it dissolve completely into the ice cream itself. Now you can try this with honey. I personally haven't tried a honey recipe quite yet, but you can try honey to see if that is good or not. So now I'm going to take our 4th try spoon and we are going to dip it in here, see if the sugar profile brought out and balance out the bitterness. It's good. I need a little bit more sugar. Alright, so what you're going to do, you're going to take your 1/4 cup measuring spoon again that we use for the sugar. And we are going to take a half a scoop of sugar. The reason why you want to do this in half is because remember, sugar is very important, not only for when making ice cream, but it can also derail your ice cream mixture. So you want to be very careful with how much you're incorporating into your mixture. So you need about this much, this much, and that's exactly what you need to put into your mixture stuff. Alright, so we got my little handy dandy spoon, fifth time to charm here. Let's hope this is the best. Phenomenal. It tastes just like pumpkin pie. Exactly what we're aiming for. This is perfect. So this is great. So now we're gonna move on to the next phase. Okay, so now we are at the final stage of how to incorporate your ice cream. So next phase of making the ice cream, we're gonna put aside our mixture for a moment. We are gonna keep giving it a nice stir so it doesn't start clumping. I'm gonna give it a nice stir. It does look like it's gonna clump a bit. And we are actually gonna pop this off for a moment. Take this little piece here, take our frozen, you can kind of see here if you look very closely, you can see the little snow crystal. That's exactly what we're looking for. Make sure it's solid all the way around and make sure it's being kept in your freezer at 0 degrees. The colder it is, the better your ice cream is gonna be. Now that this is in the machine itself, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to pop this in, make sure everything is tightly combined. I made sure beforehand, and we're going to lock it in. Now there's a 50-50 chance this can go very badly because the machine has a tendency to somehow pop off the lid, but that seems to be more of a human error than anything else. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our handy dandy plug, we're going to plug it into the wall here or into the outlet, and we're going to turn it on. Perfect, it locked in, it's great. Now you see this little opening hole here? We are now actually gonna pour our mixture, ice cream mixture, make sure it's well mixed, not clumping. And as we are mixing, we are going to pour it into this bowl. And we're gonna let it set and mix for about 30 to 40 minutes. Very good, very important. This is exactly what we're looking for. This type of level, no higher. And we are going to wait about roughly 30 minutes, 40 minutes to finish forming and making the ice cream mixture. Keep an eye on it about the 25-minute mark. It might be ready, it might be good. Just wait about 25 minutes, and if it's ready, take it out. I'll show you how to do that with your spatula. And if you need some more time, still let it sit in that cold, icy bowl and keep it far away from anything that's hot. So if you have like a refrigerator or better yet, on top of your dishwasher, definitely try to be very mindful of where you locate and put your ice cream maker. It's very important for making sure that it forms correctly. Okay, so I let this run it for about 40 minutes. It should be done and ready. It looks nice. Perfectly good consistency. You can kind of see that here. That's exactly what we're looking for. More of that ice cream consistency. Now keep in mind, when you're making ice cream at home, it's going to be on the runny side. It's not ready to eat right away. It does need about 2 hours-ish to sit before you can actually enjoy and eat it and serve it. After you dismantle the top, make sure you unplug it. And take this, it's a lot easier to just pop this in here. I always enjoy to pop this in, and right before I clean it, I eat it just as if it was cake batter. That's how good it is. Give it a nice sniff. That's exactly what we're going for. I'm going to show you the consistency now that we took it off. It should be just like that. And what we're going to do now is we are going to take our handy dandy spatula, which I have already preset here. We'll take our spatula and we are going to slowly lift this up. Now you can kind of see this thing is a little bit runny, but that's okay. It needs some time to set. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take your spatula and you're just going to pour it into this airtight container. Make sure it's an airtight container because that's what you're going to need. Now when you're dealing with ice cream, time is of the essence, always. And so we gotta make sure we move very quickly to put the topping down before we have to freeze it. The next thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna take our muffin, but what we're gonna do is we are gonna take our fork and we are going to basically crumble it up and sprinkle it on the ice cream. That's what we're doing now. Okay, so I'm gonna move very quickly on how to do this. We are just gonna take our 2 forks and just go like that. All you're doing is you're just making that nice crumble cake batter. This is gonna give us that nice caramel flavor. It's gonna be very similar to like strawberry shortcake. That's what we're aiming for. All right, and this is gonna be like a nice sugary component. Even though we added a little bit of sugar to offset that bitterness that's in the ice cream, we wanna make sure that we bring out the flavor, pumpkin pie extract and the vanilla extract, but normally you don't need to add sugar unless it's really needed. Okay, so now the next phase that we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a whole bunch of this and just smash it in. Well, not smash it in, but we are going to insert it in. And we are just gonna do just like this. And then we're going to twirl it around. I'm gonna actually make this a lot quicker. I'm just gonna pour the damn thing in. All right, a lot easier, less patience. Just like that. Perfect. And now the next thing we're gonna do is we are just gonna mix it a little bit. And what it's gonna do is as the ice cream melts, it's gonna become very similar to strawberry shortcake. And that's what we're aiming for. Now we don't want this to be fully embedded. We just want this to kind of slowly sit on the top so that when we scoop it in later, it's nice and good. All right, we're gonna put an airtight container on this and we're gonna pop this into the freezer at 32 to 0 degrees and let it sit. So if you're popping this into your freezer and it's about 32 degrees, let it sit for 4 hours before it's serving. And if you are popping it into a freezer with 0 degrees Fahrenheit, then leave it in there for about 2 hours or more and until you're ready to serve. Okay guys, so we are officially doing the ice cream. So I'm with my coworker right now. They're gonna be going home, so we're not gonna be able to have them try the ice cream, so they're gonna try it now. But I'm gonna show you what it looks like, what you should expect the ice cream to look like after sitting out in the freezer, what you should want, what you should expect it to look like. Plus, you're also gonna want some whipped cream if you do like whipped cream on your ice cream, but it's not a necessity, but if you do like this, highly recommended to put it on your ice cream. Okay, so this is what it should look like. It should look very similar to the consistency of regular ice cream. We are actually going to take a nice scoop. She wants to only take a little bit of a bite, so we're not gonna actually even bother trying to scoop it. So I'm gonna give it to her and let her try it. But this is the consistency that you're looking for. This is the apple caramel with the pumpkin pie flavor mixed in. Let's see what she thinks. All right, guys, so the verdict is in. She said it's really good. We have a couple more coworkers later who are gonna try it and see what they think. But so far, she says she really liked it. Do you want to say anything? No, okay. So, but she said it's really good. She really liked it. It said she tastes like pumpkin pie. She said she really enjoyed it. All right, guys, we're gonna get more verdicts later today. Okay, guys, so we are now with all my coworkers in the back. We're trying out the ice cream. This is what it looks like, the final result. It's really good, it's creamy, it's tasty on the inside. It kind of tastes like an alcoholic pumpkin pie, based on my perspective. It also does have a little bit of breading, which is really good. It tastes like a nice piece of cake. And I also topped it off with some whipped cream. Okay, so we are gonna give this a quick taste test to see how it tastes. We got some whipped cream in it, some of the muffin, and we also got the pumpkin pie flavored ice cream. Let's see how it tastes. Actually, it tastes really
yummy. Chris, I really think you should open up your own ice cream parlor. It's delicious.
Thank you.
It is
Thank
delicious.
you. Go home, make the really good ice cream. If you have any ice cream suggestions or any flavors you want me to do next, let me know in the comment section below. I will make it. If it's doable, we can even do a series with ice cream. Alright guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.